Hello students, here we are doing a question which is based on case study. The question here is interference is due to superposition of waves from two coherent light sources. Diffraction is due to superposition of waves from various points of the same wavefront. In an interference pattern, all fringes are equally spaced. In a diffraction pattern, the fringes are not equally spaced. In an interference experiment, all bright fringes have the same intensity. In a diffraction pattern, the central bright slit has the maximum intensity. Central bright slit has the maximum intensity and secondary maxima have rapidly decreasing intensity. So we have to, on this basis of this paragraph, we have to solve the following objective questions. So we once again see what the paragraph says. The paragraph says interference is due to superposition of two coherent light sources, whereas diffraction is due to waves on the same wavefront. Superposition of waves from same wavefront, or we can even say that it is secondary wavelets. In an interference pattern, fringes are equally spaced, but in diffraction pattern, fringes are not equally spaced. And in interference experiment, all the bright fringes have same intensity, but in diffraction, the central bright slit has the maximum intensity and the secondary maxima have rapidly decreasing intensity. So now in question number 1, choose the correct statement from the following. A large number of interference fringes can be seen. This is true. We can say that large number of interference fringes can be seen because the intensity is same and they are all spaced equally. Hence, since intensity is not decreasing, we can observe large number of interference fringes. Option B, only few diffraction fringes can be seen. This is also true because here we have said that secondary maxima have rapidly decreasing intensity. So as we move on away from central bright, the intensity keeps on decreasing. Hence, there are very few diffraction fringes. Option C, in Young's double slit experiment, the fringe becomes more distinct if the width of the source of slit is increased. This is not the correct statement because if the width of the source slit is increased, the interference pattern due to various parts of the slits will overlap. As a result, the minima will not be totally dark and the fringes pattern becomes indistinct. Therefore, our option C is not correct option. Now we see option D. In single slit diffraction experiment, the fringes become sharper and brighter if the width of the slit is decreased. This is also not the correct statement. This is incorrect statement because if width of the slit is decreased, the central maximum will become broader and therefore this statement is also incorrect. Now question number 2. Choose the only incorrect statement from the following. Number 1, option A. Interference fringes are equally intense and equispaced. This is correct. In interference, all fringes are of same intensity and they are equally spaced. Option B, diffraction fringes are not equally intense. This is correct. And are not equally spaced. This is also correct. So option B is also correct. Now option C, the diffraction at two slits in Young's double slit experiment has no effect on interference pattern. The diffraction at two slits definitely have effect. The single slit diffraction at each slit will affect the interference pattern. However, if the slits are very narrow, that is if the slit width is comparable with wavelength, the diffraction effect will not be substantially modified to interference pattern. Means only when we can say the slit width is very small, then there will be no effect. Otherwise, diffraction will affect. Means option C is incorrect. Option D, due to diffraction at two slits in Young's experiment, the bright fringes will not be equally intense and equally spaced. So diffraction at two slits, diffraction there is no equally spaced fringes and intensity is also not equal. So D option is also correct. Now for option D, question number 3. In question number 3, we are given in Young's double slit experiment the separation between the slits. The separation we write as, the separation between the slits we write it as D is equals to 1.0 millimeter, that we can say equals to 10 the power minus 3 meter, and the width of each slit is 0.2 millimeter. Width we denote by A, that is equals to 0.2 millimeter, or that you can say 2 into 10 the power minus 4 meter. How many maxima of two slit interference pattern lie within central maximum of single slit diffraction pattern? Option A 5, option B 10, option C 20, option D 40. Now in this question, we can say that the linear separation between n fringes, linear separation between n fringes in double slit experiment is given by yn is equals to n lambda capital D upon small d. Small d is the separation between the two slits, capital D is the distance of screen from the source. Now we know that since y is much more less than d, therefore angular separation is given by theta n is equals to yn upon d, or that can be written as n lambda by small d. This is relation number 1. Now angular width of the principal maxima in diffraction pattern due to single slit of width A is given by 2 theta 1 is equals to 2 lambda by A. This is relation number 2. Now angular width, since in both the cases angular width is same, therefore comparing 1 and 2. Comparing 1 and 2, n lambda by d is equals to 2 lambda by A. Lambda gets cancelled. So n is equals to 2d upon A, that is 2. The value of d is 10 the power minus 3 and the value of A is 2 into 10 the power minus 4. On solving this, we get n is equals to 10. This 2 gets cancelled. This is equals to 10 the power 4 plus हो जाएगा and minus 3, that is 10 the power 1. So the number of fringes obtained is 10 the power 1. Hence option B is correct. Option B is the correct answer for this. Now we see in the question. Option B is giving us number of fringes to be equals to 10. I hope you must have come to know how to solve case study questions. For more questions, do check out my other videos.